Hello everybody, this is Gerone Wright and you're here joining me once again on my YouTube Geronification channel here on YouTube. Okay, um, and I have a page here from the Lost Book of Nostradamus up here. And this is probably going to be like maybe my third or fourth video where I'm actually decoding a page from that book. Okay, it's my position that I've discovered the genetic holy grail, exposing that of how mankind was genetically created and the multiple creatures that are actually calls for the creation and becoming of mankind. And just like our existence is multidimensional, it's my position that artists have and sculptors have found a way to encrypt these encryptions in their paintings in a multidimensional way, which details how we were genetically created and how we evolved from our ancestor, which have originally ape those and creatures before whales and dolphins and sharks, and shows how we evolved onto land through dinosaurs. People, it's all there in layman's terms if you want to believe it and if you want to see it. And artists are capturing it in their work and their artworks, and it's always been known on how mankind was created. It details how we got from being of our blackest ape state to our African state and on to becoming in our lighter Asian likenesses, and then finally to our European and Caucasian likenesses. And it shows the creatures that contributed to us genetically in these bridgings, which calls for the different civilizations of our kind, and which creatures were actually intervened genetically, that contributed in the intervention genetically to alter us. And this is why we are different. This is a targeted process that has always been known and has always been engaged in a cult-like way. It's in Christianity. It's in every religion in our world, and you know, it's seeing is believing, and that's why I love being able to decode these pictures and all, because people have been spending their lives trying to understand these. These pages are what supposed to be 500-600 years old, maybe even older. Um, and people have been trying to understand these pages all of their life, and some have dedicated their life to trying to understand these pages and figure them out. Here you have a cult-like image. Okay, I don't know if they actually are calling this or describing this as being the sun, but this is not a sun, people. You see two snakes spitting like blood. Okay, what this is a cauldron-like chemistry. This is a cauldron cup, a cauldron, and this is a cauldron-like chemistry. Look at this, not as being the sun, but actually as a wheel, almost like a wheel of life. And on each spike is showing you um, different life forms on how they came into play and how they were altered. You cannot see it here, but you, in understanding what is going on, okay, look at this as being the head of Medusa, and these are being as snakes sticking out of the head. Okay, it's showing you a breakdown in a creature that evolved from, I would like to say from space because that's where it actually came from. A celestial being that came from space. Okay, and this is the journey of that celestial creature, and that's what this is representing. This is not a sun. Okay, the creatures that contributed to the bridging over and the creation are all shown. That's what this is all about. All right. Again, people people have spent their entire life trying to figure this out. I have 3 videos here breaking down these pages, and I can do each and every one of them. Okay. Let me show you something. It's my position that this is a cauldron-like cup. These two pricks, needle pricks going actually into this is showing you what went in, and it's showing you what came out. It's showing you a dividing land. You see these columns on either side? This breaking land is showing you an interjection into ancient genes and these bridgings. That's what this is representing. Bridgings, genetic bridgings, and creations of new genetic blocks that calls for our change. If what I'm stating is true, I can show you the creatures. All you see when you look at this, what do you see? Just snakes. Just two snakes. and what appears to be a sun. How about this creature right here? You can't see this creature, can you? Right there. You can't, because it's something that is unrecognizable to you. Let me show you something. Because seeing is actually believing. There's no tricks to this, because this is an image that you can download and Google yourself. This creature, which is a creature, you have to understand what this creature is in order to know that it is a creature. I can see multidimensional faces in this creature. I can see snakes of faces. I can see eyes. All of that in there. But you don't understand this creature because you never knew this creature to be in our evolution. I actually know this creature because I've seen this creature before. You know where this creature is at? It's depicted in another glyph of mine at the Grand Canyon. On the mountainside, in the Vishnu portion of the Grand Canyon, is supposed to be 1.7 million years old and carved by the Colorado River. But yet I've discovered that there are glyphs there in the mountainsides of that Vishnu portion of the Grand Canyon. You can see my video on that as well too. So this face here is very recognizable to me. Well, faces, because there's actually two of them. There's one here and then there's one there. I know these faces. These faces, mouth, are showing you that they are the cause for the creation of these faces and of these creatures. Let me bring that up for you so you can actually see. I'm going to zoom in closer and I'm going to show you. It's remarkable, huh? You see the faces now, huh? You see, people, in the world of multidimensional being, the reverse side are the creatures that you do not know about. But in the flip side of that is where it shows the actual faces. On either side, you have two faces of cat-like women. There's the right eye, no, there's the left eye, there's the nose, there's the mouth, and there's the hair, which is shown in blood red. Then there's a twin to this face on this side, the mouth, the nose, and the eye. Cat. You see that? Twins. 1, 2. Oh, what happened to my light here? My light went out. Let me see if I can get my light to go back in there. It went darker. Huh. Let me find out. See if I can get that to go and stay there. Okay. See that, people? This symbol is within the Grand Canyon. I can pull the same symbol up. See my video here. Now, you see that cat woman? A cat woman. That's what that is. You see that? Well, there's the creatures that calls for these beings' faces. Look here. The mouth, the eye, horn-like front shoulder for the paw. See the body of this jackal-like creature? See it on both sides? Here, there's twin jackals, like a jackal. You see that? Right there? You see the body? I'm coming across the back. There's the right front shoulder of that creature. Here's the right shoulder of the rear of the hind quarter. See it there, people? And see his face pointing up, mouth open. Same thing on this side, pointing up. Now, you want to see something else that's beautiful about this? You see the creature's tail coming around and spinning back up and going over. See the creature's tail coming around, coming back out, coming over. Well, the creature's tail, people, is the open mouth of a serpent, a snake. There's the there's the top open mouth area. There's the bottom mouth open area. All you have to do is put an eye in there, and it's a snake coming around. You know what is shown here? genetic bridging and cyclination of these creatures on every stage and every level. These creatures not only were created, but they were bridged back over themselves and of other beings, which later subsequently resulted in similar likenesses to that of our kind. Ancestors that you didn't know nothing about. Look here in the middle at this alien looking being right here. Eye, the head. See the open arms and welcome arms. People, these identical symbols or similar symbols are in the Grand Canyon. In the same fashion. You see the diamond here? You see this? Look. And then you see the cross like, the Gothic-like cross right there. You see this? People, this, I can point, look at my videos of the Grand Canyon, and you have a similar message. My twins, my cherubs, that I have in my Grand Canyon video. And then look at this allegedly sun there, and look at the face in here. These are showing us genetics in motion. There are other creatures there. Depicts the body of crocodiles. Yes, people. All of that, multi-dimensional images right here in one. Genetic bloodlines. It's my position that people of our world, through Christianity, ancient rooted Christianity, ancient rooted royalty, and many other ancient groups, forget the Illuminati and all of that crap. I mean, forget all of that craziness, people. Reality is behind, this stuff is behind your religion. I don't care where you're at, what part of the planet you are from. This is what everything is all about. Mankind existence, how he genetically became, and the cult-like rituals that is sustaining the whole process today. Everything of our existence is actually evolved around all of this that you see right here. It's in our products, it's in our food, it's in everything. This is what the problem is. This is what the big secret is about everything. It's about the cross-referencing of that of mankind's genes. Can we be quiet a little bit? Our existence. You have your little alien there in the middle. You see that right there? See that little guy? Right there. He's also in the Grand Canyon. See that? Look at the diamond light. Look at this, people. Look at the faces. Look at the cat woman. The nostril, the nose, the eye, forehead. Look at it, the twins. Look at my Grand Canyon video. People, this picture has been in circulation for I don't know how many years since it's been discovered. When was it discovered? I believe in the 40s or something, or maybe a little old, or maybe longer ago. I don't know when it was discovered. But no one has never revealed to you until now what it stands for. The cauldron flask. The wheel of life, a genetic wheel of life, and it shows you how genetics are being turned and churned, and it shows you what's being extracted. It shows you a grail of genes. It shows you these symbolizations can be equated with other drawings in the Lost Book of Nostradamus, and it tells you what locations and it tells you what creatures were affected. When you look more closely at it, and you see these boxes here, you start seeing heads of other creatures here. You see that? On either side. You see? It shows you who we are. Genetic grails. This is what everything is about, people. People, I have over 200 plus videos here. And these drawings that nobody never knew and understood until my videos, until my video release. This is all. This is all new information, people. This is not nothing that you've seen before or ever heard of before. Never. But it shows you bloodlines of creatures, and it's readable information. You see this horn here? These symbolizations tells you what creatures are being affected and what happened here and what's happened. I can tell you exactly which creatures were bridged over, what's being referenced here. Let me see if I can get them horns there too. And if you look in there, you see little faces. Look, see that demonic-like figure there? Eye. I just did the horns. There's the head. Let me see if I can draw him in there a little bit. You see him perfectly upside down. Let me see if I can. I see him like this here, very good. Let me see if I can just highlight him in for you to show you that this is not no joke, people. This is a readable graph, and it shows you two horns coming out. Well, let me see if I did that right. If I gave you a little face, you see the face come into play right there, people. Well, it shows you. Can I bring it from here? How that face came into play from off this cauldron cup. And if you start looking, you know what this reminds me of right here? This symbolization right here. And I thought about it. And the horns and the you know what this reminds me of right here? Upside down. Even though I told you the other way it's a cauldron, it has like a demonic like figure. It even has a symbol coming off of it. You see that there? This reminds me of something that I seen when I was young in a cartoon. You see, oh, hold on, let me back off some. Let me zoom out. You see this right here? You know what this reminds me of? I'm going to draw that around. Upside down. Of this way, upside down. And there's like a little, like, moose-like creature here with horns. And it shows you a symbolization. It reminds me of the loyal water lodge buffaloes on that Fred Flintstone cap that Fred Flintstone used to have, and he was a member of the loyal members of the water buffaloes brotherhood. That's what this reminds me of, upside down. That big water buffalo cap that Fred Flintstone wore, and then this would be the cap here. This cauldron-like cup, this cauldron-like flask, shows you the truth right here. You see, no one never understood this image because they always tried to understand it this way. The only way that you could understand this image this way, it would be impossible for you to understand it this way unless you knew our ancestral faces that appeared this way. See, I know our ancestral faces that appear this way. So that's why when I look at the image, it's easy for me to decode this for you because I know that reverse this is a true message that you can see. I know our ancestral faces that are this way. See, I know that we evolved from these creatures. These creatures, I know that we evolved from. So therefore, through my paranormal experience and encounter, it's just as simple as me. People have been trying to understand these images forever, for eons, and no one has never revealed to you until now that all you have to do is understand the multidimensional presences of our ancestors. I know how each civilization of our world was created. The creatures that were bridged over, even our ape species. Everything that is in existence, living existence in our world, is explained through my paranormal experience and encounter that tells us, and I can read to you of what is being said. So, Google this image, Lost Book of Nostradamus. This is a page. And look at the twin faces there. Yeah. Look at the twin faces. The lioness face with her red hair. And then the jackal-like creature. There's alligators there too, because if you look at this image off at a distance, you'll see the face of the crocodiles. In close proximity, it's a jackal-like creature that's shown evolved out of the process with the cat that calls for these likenesses, and then the serpent, which is the snake. You see the face there of the snake, open mouth of the serpent, and then you see them branch back over again, showing you that at the tail, at the mouth and at the tail, how they were re-looped back over again in a cyclonation that calls for the likenesses of these creatures and the resulting chemistry in the cocktail that calls for this genetic creation to be created. This bloodline, these mutations, these genetic contaminations that was bridged off of, if you want to understand what is being said here, our ape and African ancestry. And how would I know that that is there? Because you have to know the understanding of the ancient symbolizations of what is being referenced about our ancestry. So, I know that this wheel is a representation of our ape African ancestor, and it's showing you these bridgings over. And it shows you new bloodlines being created. And when you turn the image back over, shows you a new creation, and then shows you that these snakes are now spitting out a new contamination. Snakes are known for their poisonous venom. Through that chemistry, a new gene was created, and it's showing you spread, and it's showing you in which location and direction that is being spread. Okay, thank you. My name is Gerone Wright, and this is my my video. I'm going to take and end it there. I'm going to end it there, and I'm going to end it right there. And people, do the math. Do your homework on this. How can I take a 400, 500, 6-year-old, maybe even 1,000-year-old page from a book? You have had scholars analyze this. I've seen on the History Channel where you have had 13 or 14 scholars over looking through this book with gloves on. And here I'm on a YouTube channel giving to you for the first time something for free. Wait, unedited. This is all unedited. You heard kids in the background. You hear noise, background noise, and everything else. Unedited. Revealing to you for the first time that this is a creature. And I know what these creatures, well, two creatures, and I know what these creatures are. And those creatures are telling you that through them was created these creatures. There's their face, one there, the Medusa-like woman with the snakes off of her face, showing you, look, you see the snake's tail because they're, you see people? And then the bodies of these creatures. See our demonic-like figure in the center? Don't want to believe that that's a demonic figure, then why are the horns here? I can tell you what these creatures are, people. My name is Gerone Wright. Thank you for viewing my Geronification channel once again. I'll see you in my next video because I don't have no end. People, I am a part of this. It's my position that everything that our ancestors are, I don't care what part of the world, it's in me. It's a part of me. And through my multidimensional sense of awareness, through my multidimensional sense of vision, I can continue to create videos like this. Anything that was a mystery is no longer a mystery, at least not to me. But I'll start catching on, or people will start catching on to me with the world, should I say, because as long as I can keep giving you this, you can't deny what I have and what I'm able, capable of doing. No one has given you this. No one. But yet I can. This is easy. There are more difficult glyphs and multidimensional images than this that I can do. So this is a piece of cake for me. Thank you for watching my Geronification channel. Thank you. Please share this video with a friend, family member, a teacher, a scholar, your professor. Tell them that everything as we know it is going to change, because I'm going to force feed this to the world until everyone listens. Thank you.